बार भी आसानी तरीका है। चेक, किंग गोज हियर, चेक, और फिर चेक, और फिर पीस मिल जाएगा। ठीक है, चेक, किंग गोज हियर, चेक, और आई कैन सिंपली डू द पॉन पुश, या पॉन पुश चेक और नाइट चेक, जिसके बाद आई कैन टेक हिज क्वीन विथ चेक। इजी वन, स्ट्रीक ऑफ 2। ठीक है, ब्लैक टू मूव है। कैन यू फाइंड अ वे टू विन माय बिशप? ठीक है, बिशप विन करना है, लेकिन कैसे करेंगे? मे बी बाय टेकिंग दिस पॉन, अटैक ऑन हिज बिशप, क्वीन टेक्स पॉन। नहीं, मुझे लगता है कि सबसे पहले अपन रुक को अटैक करते हैं। रुक को अटैक करने के बाद में यहाँ, हाँ, दिस इज द गुड ब्लॉक। If I go on c4, attacking bishop and rook, he will defend rook and I can take his bishop. And I can take his bishop. Easy peasy. Streak of 3. 3 puzzles in row. क्या बात है भाई, मजा आ गया। चलो, moving on to next puzzle. You can win if you find the checkmating idea. So यहाँ पे checkmate find out करना है। I think if I take this pawn, I can give him check. Take this pawn, king can take that pawn. यहाँ तो I think I should give him check. Check. If king goes back, that's a check from here, which is mate. So हाँ, ये वाला ये checkmate है। ठीक है, check, check, and knight goes here. If queen takes it, that's still a mate. Good one, good one, good. Fine. Streak of 4. Moving on to another puzzle. ये puzzle तो I think क्या difficulty होनी चाहिए इसमें? Pawn push. Bishop takes, check, and maybe I can plan for mate. So pawn push गलत है। इजी था यार। इजी था, इजी था। चलो फिर से शुरू करते हैं। Black to move, find the right defensive path forward because that's going to be a mate from here. इसने ये क्यों नहीं लिया? अगर इस पे अटैक था तो क्वीन टेक्स नाइट वाज एंड ना। ठीक है, चेक, चेक, check to king. If king goes here, I can take this pawn with check. नहीं, I cannot take that pawn with check. What about if I take his bishop? Okay, check from here. King goes here. Check from here. Check, check. Or simply take his bishop. King gives check. King goes here. King goes here. नहीं, in that time we can take my knight as well as. ठीक है, this check looks good. This check. After this, after that, this check and exchange queens. Exchange queens. Yes, exchange queens. Simple as that. हेलो हेलो शिव भाई, कैसा है? ठीक है, सो आई थिंक मैंने उसकी क्वीन ट्रैप कर ली है। सिर्फ ये सिंपली यहाँ से चेक देना है पहले। एंड क्वीन ट्रैप्ड। कितना टाइम हुआ लाइव पे? आज तो अभी 10 मिनट ही हुए हैं। चलो, नेक्स्ट गेम, नेक्स्ट मूव, नेक्स्ट पजल। ब्लैक टू मूव है, और वी हैव टू ट्राई टू विन अ मटेरियल। अटैक इज क्वीन, और सिंपली टेक, आई कैन सिंपली टेक हिज नाइट। गलत है। ओके, नाइट कैन कम हियर। सो सबसे पहले क्वीन पे अटैक है, एंड फिर नाइट टेक करना है, क्योंकि अगर अगला नाइट आएगा तो उसको भी टेक कर सकते हैं। एक पजल मुझे करने दो प्लीज, ठीक है? ये वाली पजल करो। सो इसमें चेकमेट करना है अपने को। ठीक है, ब्लैक टू मूव है और चेकमेट करना है। मुझे तो आइडिया दिख गया क्या कर सकते हैं। क्वीन D8। क्वीन डी, मतलब क्वीन D1, राइट? गलत है। क्वीन D1 गलत है। और सोचो। क्योंकि क्वीन D1 के बाद में किंग कैन गो ऑन B1, ठीक है? उसके बाद में अपने पास कुछ ऑप्शन नहीं बचेगा चेक देने का, और उसके पास बहुत प्यारा डिस्कवर चेक है, ये वाला। दूसरा कुछ सोचो। जल्दी सोचो, जल्दी सोचो। जल्दी सोचो शिव भाई, जल्दी सोचो। थिंक फास्ट। बिशप D1, बिशप D1 करेक्ट है। उसके बाद में क्योंकि अपने पास ये वाला चेक है जो कि मेट है। सही। करो ये वाली पजल भी करो। वाइट टू मूव है, और मटेरियल विन कर सकते हैं यहाँ पे। ये तो मुझे भी सोचनी पड़ेगी। पहला मूव तो मुझे पता है क्या आएगा, उसके बाद सोचना पड़ेगा। समझ गया मुझे। बताओ। आई गॉट द सॉल्यूशन फॉर दिस पजल। तुम बताओ। कम ऑन चैट भाई, बताओ यार। इजी पजल है, बहुत इजी पजल है। कोई है चैट में बताने वाला? चलो, मैं ही बता देता हूँ। सो सबसे पहले नाइट चेक आएगा। सबसे पहले नाइट चेक आएगा, उसके बाद में ये पॉन चेक आएगा। अच्छा, पॉन चेक गलत है। तो फिर क्वीन चेक आने वाला है क्या? अरे यार। नाइट चेक के बाद में क्वीन टेक्स। इफ आई पुश दिस पॉन, बिशप टेक्स। अच्छा, बिशप टेक वाज आल्सो पॉसिबल। चेक बिशप हियर। दिस चेक इज गुड। इसके बाद में आई कैन टेक हिज बिशप, क्योंकि इसके बाद में रुक चेक आता है, और फिर किंग को मूव करना ही पड़ेगा बैक कंपलसरी। अगर रुक भी बीच में लाए तो आई कैन टेक हिज रुक। क्वीन कैन नॉट टेक इट, हिज किंग इज पिन्ड। सो किंग हैज टू मूव बैक एंड आई कैन टेक हिज क्वीन। भाई साहब, सही था यार ये तो। मैंने भी नहीं फाइंड आउट किया। चल, लेट्स मूव ऑन टू अवर गेम। पहला गेम खेलते हैं आज का। 10 मिनट्स रैपिड। 2299 पर हैं। आज का टारगेट रखते हैं 2350। मतलब 50 पॉइंट बस चाहिए आज के लिए, ज्यादा नहीं। प्लेइंग अगेंस्ट 2397, मतलब ऑलमोस्ट 2400। फॉगबियर वियना गैम्बिट। पॉन पुश शॉर्ट कैसल बिशप एक्टिवेशन हियर, नाइट कैन कम फॉरवर्ड। ये नाइट को अगर मैंने प्रिवेंट करा तो आई कैन विन दिस, क्योंकि इस पोजीशन में सिर्फ यही है, मतलब ये पॉन पुश के बाद यही प्रॉब्लम है कि ये नाइट फॉरवर्ड आता है और ये बिशप यहाँ स्क्वायर पे आता है। और अगर मैंने इसको ब्लॉक किया तो नाइट कैन कम फ्रॉम H5 देन G3। तो नाइट इस केस में थोड़ा पावरफुल हो जाता है, तो नाइट को अगर स्टॉप करना है तो फिर कुछ टेक्टिकल मूव आना चाहिए। अपना ड्यूटी टाइम बताओ। 1:30 to 9। 1:30 PM to 9 PM। आई थिंक सिर्फ बिशप को यहाँ एक्टिवेट करना गलत है। ये पॉन पुश करने में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, ये पॉन पुश करने में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। इफ ही टेक्स इट, डबल पुश सही है। बिशप टेक्स दिस पॉन, यहाँ पहले ही डबल पुश कर दूं। आई थिंक पहले ही डबल पुश करते हैं। सिंगल पुश करना शायद ज्यादा डिफेंसिव खेलना है। अगर डबल पुश किया तो अब नाइट आएगा, तो आई थिंक कैसल इज गुड, क्योंकि नाइट आने वाला है। तो आई कैन टेक माई बिशप बैक टू, या फिर मैं इसका पॉन ले लूं। ठीक है, टेक इज पॉन। पॉन टेक्स चेक चेक, और आई कैन टेक इज बिशप। इफ ही टेक्स माई बिशप, आई आई टेक विथ पॉन। हाँ ठीक है, दिस इज अ गुड टेक्टिक आई थिंक। सो टेक दिस पॉन, और I do have this check. If king takes my bishop, that's a check, and I can take his bishop. That's a good move. So come on, what's your plan? He has to forcefully take my bishop, and that's a check again, and I can take his bishop. Let's go. He can take that pawn. Can I not just go here? If I go here, rook comes here, or simply take my queen back. Take my queen back. Knight cannot take this pawn, but he can pin this. Or after rook come forward, there is a check, like there is no mate threat. But this knight can activate forward, na? Chalo, let's do it. Queen goes here. He's offering queen exchange. Should I give it? Should I not give it? If I not give it, what should I do next? Maybe queen goes back. Queen goes back. Bishop here. Check and take his knight. So he saw that move. Now this pawn push bishop activation looks good. Or bishop activation this way because he's going to plan his knight here. Bishop activation, pawn push bishop from this way, or pawn push and bishop. Let's do this because knight can take this, and rook comes here. Bishop, bishop activation here. Maybe I can go back. Attack his knight. Knight goes back. Or simply this bishop here, bishop here. That is not going to be mate. Maybe this pawn push, knight here. That makes more sense. Pawn push, rook takes pawn, knight here. Or simply attack. If I attack his knight, queen can take that pawn. Nahi. Let's do this. Take a pawn push, knight goes here. This looks much better because after knight goes here, I have this check. And maybe I can plan for mate. This check with knight is very powerful. Now queen goes here. Yes. Queen goes here. I have this check. Also, I defended this pawn. Knight still can come forward. Bishop can activate forward, offering him bishop exchange. So I can continue with my plan. So I think first knight here, then bishop goes here. Then bishop takes bishop. Queen takes bishop. Then knight check. Okay. I do not have this check also. Attack his knight does not make any sense. Maybe if I just go back, that makes more sense because I'm defending this pawn. And I can bring my bishop out to take his knight. Or bishop here is not possible. Maintaining attack on this pawn. Now knight goes here, looks good to defend the queen from taking this pawn. And now I can activate my bishop, attack his knight. At the same time, I do have this plan: bishop takes, knight takes. Check is not possible. I think attacking his knight looks good, but after check, I just need to move in. What about knight check from here is not possible. Bishop takes. Come on, that's it. He's offering the queen exchange. I still can't afford to take it. I need to move my queen. Attack his knight, although that attack is not attack. Need to push his queen. Hello Manish bhai. Welcome to the stream. कैसे हो? Check. Pawn takes. Attacking his bishop. So attack on his queen for now because his plan was to make this pawn push. Queen cannot go here. Queen needs to go back again here only. If queen goes here, which that he can do. Queen here is mistake because that's a check and he can take my queen. So I need to move my knight. Knight check, pawn takes, queen takes, bishop takes. Attacking his bishop, pawn push with check. Do that, but I don't know if that is going to be success or not, or maybe just knight here. Bishop takes, pawn takes, and everything will be defended. He can give check, king moves in. Chalo, let's give up a pawn and let's connect the rooks and activate our dark square bishop here to attack his knight. I'll take his knight and later I'll plan this. But this pawn was very powerful, yeah. Pinning his queen. Doubling up to attack, trying to attack his queen. I can go for check. Bishop takes, take his queen, take his bishop. I want him to move his bishop. Queen goes back, there is no check option. If his bishop moves either here, I am going to take it. So now this pawn push, there is check from here. If I take it, uh, I don't know, but still this pawn push may be good, may be bad. Okay, let's push this rook and I'll bring this rook in attack on f1. If rook here, I'll bring rook on f1. Maybe he can plan his rook here also. Doubling up rooks. So we are going to be powerful now. Because if rook comes here, I can take his rook with knight, back to with check. And bishop takes, take his queen, and take his knight also. Just need to move this so that I cannot get myself trapped. Bishop cannot come here. Bishop goes here. That is going to be problematic for him because I can take his rook. If he take my queen, I can give him check. Take his rook, give him check. Okay, now let's think on this. He's also going. He's also threatening me mate. I think rook goes here is good for now. Because that was a check from here. That's why I didn't did that. Didn't took his bishop. First I'll take his knight, then his bishop. What should I do now? Placing my queen again here. Yes. Queen to e4. Queen can go here now. But wait, wait, wait. If I go here, he can give check, and that is going to be mate. Okay. So maybe knight goes back is good right now. Attacking his bishop. Now I'll take his knight. If knight here, I'll take it back it with pawn. Come on, move your bishop. So I can take your knight, give him check. I cannot take his knight after that also. Maybe I should take my bishop back and or maybe I should activate my knight this way, attacking his bishop as well as his rook. And he has to defend his rook. I'll take his bishop, then take his knight, then take this pawn. Still attacking his bishop. If I'm successfully able to take his bishop, my king can go here and escape the mate. Okay. Now take that pawn and take. Should I take this pawn or should I go for check? Check. Check looks good. Now I think if I go here again, knight goes here, knight goes here. Yes, knight goes here and knight goes here. Makes sense. To stop him, to stop. Great, yeah. He's a great player. How can I stop this mate? It is not possible to stop this. He won on time. Great, great, great one. I tried my best. He found out the brilliant move, I think, at the end. Was he planning that from long time? He made a blunder. Okay. Yes, bishop takes was blunder, takes and takes. Best was to take back completely. So best in this case was to take his bishop. Yeah. Anyways, he was in good position then. Even though like losing at the starting, he covered a good game. That's why he's 24. And we have to be. Chalo, going to win this now. Given a gift, a good fight against double 2300. Gave him good fight. Smart move. Am I audible? Hello? आपका माइक कितने का है? ढाई आई थिंक 3 to 4,000. अरे यार आई शुड हैव टेकन. I'll be back now. Okay, I'm back. So what he played, attack is rook. I think I should activate knight, bishop activation or knight activation here. Okay, now I can pin his knight. I'll be back in a minute. Sorry, I'm back. Hello, Srinivas. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so what I can do is now push this pawn, attack on his knight. His knight can go here. I can take his knight. He can take my bishop. Okay, or can I not just simply take his knight? Okay, let's calculate again. Pawn push. Knight goes here. Take his bishop. He can take my knight. No, so I have to take his knight. He can't take my knight. He'll take my bishop, and that's it. And I can take my knight back. So let's do it. Hey, let's do it. No, he can take my knight, and after that there is a check. He can take my bishop also. So knight take. He can take my knight first. He missed that actually. He could have taken my knight, and after that he could have taken my bishop. Like if I would have taken his bishop, he would have given taken this pawn with check and took my bishop. That's what he moved, missed. And now I can take my knight back, and I do have a good center pawns now. I can win this easily. Where you go? Hi bro, I'm back. Hello, Horus. Forever welcome to the stream. What's your real name, buddy? So I simply take that pawn. Knight takes it. I can go back. Or maybe attack on his bishop. Attack on his bishop looks good. If bishop takes knight, I can take it back. And if knight takes that pawn, I do have this pawn. I'll have good three pawns in the center. So I can push this pawn. His bishop takes that pawn, I can take this pawn. Or simply I can take this pawn and come back. But he can add more attacks. So I think I'll push this pawn to go for this pawn because I can after that activate my another rook on c8, go for this pawn. Yes, that makes more sense. But what after bishop takes? I can still go for this pawn. Arey yaar, that's an this is resign actually. I clearly missed that, yeah. Clearly missed that. I should resign this. Chalo, let's move on to another game. Let's not waste our time. This time we will calculate properly and play. Come on, knight activation, pawn push. Let's play positionally. Bishop, bishop takes it, and maybe this pawn push. And knight going forward again. I can go for short castle. Rook activation, bishop goes back on c2, bishop goes back on b1. Take his knight, I can activate my queen here. Queen here is wrong, he can push this pawn. Not wrong. If queen here, if he push this pawn, bishop can take with check and if he takes my knight, I can simply take it back with pawn. Or I think I should take with queen. And bishop goes back, bishop goes back. So I should take with queen. Also, I do have this option. I can now also take his this pawn. If he takes that pawn, that's a check, and I can take his bishop. Yes, let's do this. Pawn take. If he takes my bishop, check, and I can take his bishop. He also has planned something good. So I think now the next move is knight goes here. Knight goes here is can be wrong because queen can simply go back. Maybe rook here. Yes, to defend my knight. If bishop takes, rook takes. If pawn takes bishop, that's a check. I can take his bishop because this is coming with check, coming up with check, and he cannot push this pawn. If he try to attack my queen, I can simply go here to attack his bishop, and I can place my bishop back. Even now, also I can. Okay, I can place my bishop on d4. That's a good move because after that I can give him check with knight and take his queen. If queen takes bishop, knight going here was wrong. Queen can come back here, and if I take my bishop back, that's a pawn push and attack on my knight, and my queen is pinned. So that's why I didn't move knight. Okay, so attack on his queen. But wait, if I take my bishop back, he can take my pawn with check, and if I take it, that's a rook. Bishop take knight. Okay, what if I just give this check? Okay, attack his queen. Attack his queen. Bishop takes pawn. King takes bishop. If bishop takes knight, I can take it back with rook. And if rook takes, I can give him check and check from here. But that still does not make sense because queen is defending. Maybe bishop goes back here is much better because I do have this trick still. So that's a check, and I can take his queen. And he's going to resign this now. Easy tactic. Moving on to another game. So same plan check, or I have this check also. I can give him this check and take his knight also from this way. Okay, so check, queen goes here. Check, queen goes here. I can go for long castle. If he try to bring his bishop here, I can give him this check and take that pawn. So currently there is no attack on queen. If he try to take his knight back, I can simply take this pawn. Or if he try to take his knight back, I do have this check. So this queen can't be attacked. Maybe he can just simply ask for exchange, but I can take this pawn if we go for exchange stuff also. I found out this few days back. His white bishop can defend. White bishop can defend, but I can go for long castle, take this pawn. Everything if you check. Okay, so bring my knight forward. Knight takes pawn, or I should give up that and go for long castle. If I go for long castle, he can take my knight. Knight takes pawn, bishop takes it, rook takes it. He can take this pawn. हेलो हेलो भाई. अभी तो कुछ नहीं हुआ है. कुछ हो सकता है, देखते हैं क्या हो सकता है. Leave that and go for long castle. He will take. I'll go for long castle. He'll take my knight. I can take this pawn. He can go for this pawn. I do have this check. Queen takes it. Queen takes it, and he will have queen here. ठीक है, चलो let's leave that. हेलो हेलो मार्शल, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम. अरे भाई, मैं पूछा माइक कौन सा कितने का है. भाई इट्स ऑडियो एरे एंड आई बॉट इट फ्रॉम अमेजोन एंड इट कॉस्ट मी अराउंड आई थिंक 3000, साढ़े थ्री 3500 समथिंग. इट कॉस्ट मी. ओके, सो टेक दिस pawn, or simply I can take this pawn first, or take this pawn, he can take this pawn, or if I take this pawn, he can take, if he takes my knight, I can take his queen with check. Rook takes it. I just need to go in. No, rook check, check, check. Where is the check? No check is there. So let's do it. Knight takes d5. Knight takes d5 is not better. Knight takes e5 is much better because I can take this pawn and his queen has to forcefully take it, because otherwise that's going to be mate in 2 or 3 moves. So that's a check. Queen takes it, and queen. Yes, so this is good. This is actually good for me. If king comes forward, I can take this pawn with check. Bishop takes it. Rook takes it. He will have queen. That was a blunder. Okay. Now rook takes that pawn. He will have queen. Bishop takes it. Knight takes it with check. So rook takes that pawn. Q8 A4 check. Q8 A4 check. Yeah. Correct, correct, correct. If he went this QA4, that's GG, right? And I clearly missed that. And that's a winning for him. It's a clear win for him now. I have two pieces only, and he have too many compensation against that. And that's a resign. Can't win this. Exactly. You saw now. Yeah, I saw it little late. I thought there was no check after king goes out. He played like 27. I played like 20. Till here, everything was fine. What was best here? What was best when I take his pawn with rook? What was best here? Best here is first only king goes back so that he cannot make queen. And his plan was to like bring forward. Then I could have taken that pawn, and that's it. Nothing was happening. But pieces are equal after this also. And I do have one, two, three, four, five, six pawns, and he's left with three pawns. So this position is also not bad. You understand a pawn on a7 square, that was only mistake. Yes. What was best here? I should have taken that pawn first. And after that, there was a problem for him. No problem for him after that also. If queen goes here, why I should not go for this pawn? Because that's a bishop here. Or bishop can be possible from here. Okay, chal. Anyways, let's move on to another game. You should consult the chat often clearly. Yeah, sure, sure, buddy. Because of promotion. Lost because of promotion. Could have won that. I don't know. Seems to be little delay in the chat. Chalo. So I'll do the opening. And if I do any mistake, please let me know. I told you about A takes B before you move. Okay. So come on. 2265. Playing against 2265. Come on, come on. Perk defense, modern defense. So this time we'll keep it simple. Castle, castle, and classical variation perk defense. Complete activation. Bishop goes back. Knight goes here, and knight can activate this way. Or maybe this pawn push pawn takes. King's Indian. This is a perk defense classical variation. King's Indians is little different. She has variations. Okay. And knight goes here. Pawn push. Bishop takes knight. I should first go for this pawn push. Pawn takes, pawn takes. Now push this pawn. Bishop going to take my knight, obviously. Bishop goes back. Or bishop pinning his knight. I think bishop pinning his knight. Bogo. That's b5 is interesting. That b5 is interesting. Okay. Pawn push, pawn takes, knight takes it, and there'll be attack on my queen. Uh, he's currently attacking this pawn. I think I should take my knight back to defend that, but I still do not have this pawn push attack. So knight backs, rook here. I would give him d4 development. Obviously, I'm not going to give him d4. That's why I'm taking knight back to defend it. But thinking that if knight goes back is better or not. He can still move the knight. Maybe I can take his knight. If knight takes it, I can push this pawn. Pawn takes. Attack on knight. Knight can continue to attack forward. Maybe queen here is much better. Queen e3 looks good. The knight does not have any square. Looks a good idea. Knight to e2. Okay. Let's go for knight e2 then. Knight e2 attack on his queen with b1, rook a1 to rook b1. Queen needs to move. Queen needs to go back here or here, wherever he goes. Or instead of attacking on his queen, I think I should bring my rook here. Or I should go for queen to f4 to attack that pawn. Because after that I can go for this pawn takes, and knight takes. That's something different. So what option I do have now? Take his knight. Knight takes it. Pawn push. Pawn takes. Attacking his knight. Knight needs to go back and attack on my pawn. So that pawn is not under attack. Maybe I think rook here is the better option. Reason, if he try to move his queen here, I can place my rook on b5 to take his knight, or maybe push, pawn takes this knight, knight to e3, knight to e3, pawn takes knight here, knight takes, rook, rook b1 looks good, attack his queen, e5 is mistake. Now this pawn push, pawn takes, rook goes here, pawn push, pawn takes, or maybe I should go for his knight. I got the plan. I got the plan. I can take his knight. If bishop takes it, I can simply push this pawn. Pawn takes or bishop takes. Obviously, pawn has to take, and after that, rook can go here, take his knight. Yes, so this pawn push is the better mistake. E5 is free. If E5 is a mistake, is free. Okay. Now it's not. Now it's not a mistake. I show you the plan. First of all, E5. Pawn takes. It's double attack on B2, D3 also. Yes. So first I will take his knight with bishop. If he takes with knight, I can take it with pawn and rook goes here. Because knight only have one square. Because if his knight goes here, I can push this pawn. And I'll have his knight. So knight needs to go back here only. And rook goes here, attack his queen, take his knight. It's simple as that. Let's hope he doesn't see that. Even if he sees that, he cannot defend it. This is the best move. I think this is going to be brilliant move. Because there is no defense for this. Okay, so he does this pawn push. Maybe I can simply take it with bishop attack on his rook. It's as simple as that. I can have the exchange up. If his knight takes it, it's exchange up I can have. If his knight takes it, I do have the exchange up. Rook takes it. Okay, I just have the exchange up. He mistaken here. No, no, he didn't mistaken actually. He made a good move. Otherwise, he would have lost his piece if he would have not done this move. So now he does not lost his piece, at least, but for that, he just have to give the exchange up. So now this pawn push attack. I'm going to now attack this rook and make this pawn push so that I can take this pawn with check. Zakrian, where you from? Archer Queen. How are you, bro? Where are you from? I'm from India, bro. Where are you from? Pakistan. Welcome to the stream, bro. Now, rook goes here. This pawn push attack is knight. Take this pawn. After that, take this pawn and threat for mate is also coming. If he takes this pawn, I can take it back with knight directly. Because queen cannot take it, I can take his rook. Now it's complete loss for him. What is bro's name? Zakaria Qureshi. Bro's name is Marshall Spas. Almira Almenaras. Not the archer guy. It's archer Queenomidit, Queenomidit, something like that. Come on, make a move, yeah. What he is doing. We are going to get a brilliant. Cannot take this pawn. Knight takes it. Knight, there is no attack left with him. Like knight goes here, simply rook here. Pawn takes take. I can take his pawn, attack his queen, go for check. You are playing with subscriber. Yes, I do play with subscriber, but after we complete some target. So for today's our target is 2310, 2315, and after that we'll play with subscribers. Okay, so now maybe I can attack his queen. So he saw that what my plan is to take that pawn. But I can still attack his queen. Queen does not have any square left. Queen can go back and another rook can come in. Chalo, it's a clear win. Let's win this. Maybe I can just take this pawn also. Pawn take first. And pawn push will continue and pawn push and I'll have queen on board. What about knight here? I think knight here is good because if he takes that pawn, I can take his knight. So, yeah, that's a free knight I gave him. Anyways, I can go for this pawn push still. And rook on d1 and rook on d8. Still rook on d1 and rook on d8. I do have my all the pieces on the 7th rank. Queen is sitting here. Mate is there somewhere. Yeah, it's there. It was a piece, yes. I lost a piece. Attack is queen. Queen takes that pawn. Pawn push is coming. He can give check. Cannot give check from here. Can give check from here. King goes on g2. If knight moves, I can take this pawn. Rook takes. That will be check and a mate threat. Check from here. Just push my knight forward. There is no another check. And check. No check is possible. Queen needs to go back. And I can take his knight. Come on, make a move now. It's lost for him again. He blunder how f7 is weak. Good move. I cannot take his queen. Now I need to place my queen here. And if he again places queen here, I can take his knight. He's defending good, yeah. But we are also attacking good. Even if queen goes here, even if queen goes here to defend, I can take his knight. If he go here, I can simply take his knight. There is no check, I think. No, there is check from here. But I can simply go back and he can give check again. Okay. So that's again a good defense. But can I not still go here? Attacking his knight. Yeah, Air almost have 20-point material on his 7th rank. Knight gives check is not possible. Queen check. Queen check is will be hilarious. Queen check. King goes here. Queen takes pawn with check, and queen king goes here. Maybe attack his queen first again. No, that's a mate also which he is threatening from here. So this pawn push. Pawn push. Queen can give check, and I can simply go here. That's check from here and a mate threat. So I think queen goes here is the only move, but after that knight check is also coming. Pawn push. Come on, what I can do here? Pawn push, queen check from here. King goes here, queen check from here. And king goes back, that's a mate. Great move here. Actually, I can't defend this also. Take pawn with queen also does not make sense because that's a check, check, and mate. Or take pawn with queen, that's a mate in one. If I try to escape, that's mate in one. Actually, a great move. King to f1, king to f1. Yeah, he made a great move actually. I don't know, but seems to be brilliant. King only needs to defend this pawn. Pawn push. Come on, come on, come on. Think this is the only move that can prevent this. And that's a check from here. He can take my queen. Great game. Great game. Great game. चले जाए. Giving up knight was a mistake. Come on, let's review this. Let's review this. I gave up my knight unnecessarily at the middle, and that was a clear blunder. I made one blunder only, and I think that was the only blunder. Yes, knight here. What was best here? To simply attack his queen because knight is sitting there, and I could have continued with the pawn push. Missed this move in hurry. I was so in hurry, I don't know why. I lost more points. Let's solve some puzzles again. ठीक है? Let's make a streak of 5 in puzzles, and then after that we'll start the game. Come on, this is the puzzle. So black needs to move. I think it's a simple win. That's a check from here. Pawn push is possible. Yes. Check from here. Pawn push. Take his knight. Bishop takes this pawn with check again. Or maybe check. Check. Attack his knight. Simple as that. Attack his knight. No, this was wrong. So that's a check first is good. Take his knight. Again, that's a wrong. I can take his bishop. I can take that pawn because if he takes my bishop, that's a mate. So, कोई problem. Very easy. Yeah, it was easy. So that's white to move, and we have to defend against his attack because that's a check from here. How to defend that? If I just push my king forward, I think that's a good move. Reason behind it. If I place the rook back, he can take my bishop with check and check. Maybe queen can come back. And what if I just place this forward? He cannot take this pawn. He can still take the bishop, but so both the things looks good to me. Like king goes forward and rook comes back. What's rook to f1 looks good according to Marshall. Check the king with room. It's a plan. No, he can sack the rook. So Marshall is saying f1, but I think g2 is much better. Let's do g2. It's wrong. F1 is good. Okay, because I can take, and queen can come back. So offering him the bishop, like forcing him to take the bishop. That's the plan. That was the plan. Good, good, Marshall. That's the correct one. I told you, yes. So now what's the plan here? White to move. I think knight goes here is good. I can take his bishop, and after that I can take this pawn. Yes. So this is simple. He's offering queen exchange. But why I should take it? I should take his bishop, and if queen takes my and a knight takes it back. So it's simple as that. Knight to a4. Yes. Correct, 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 correct. Marshall is right. Now we have to find a mate. Black have to mate. So that's a check with rook. King goes here. Or maybe check from here. If I take his knight first, is there a mate? Yes, there is a mate. So knight goes here. Still can't save the mate. So I have to go for this check, but I can't see any another check after that. Check. King goes here. Check with rook. Check. R A1 Q E1 mate. Rook to A1 Q to E1 mate. Rook to A1. Rook to A1 check. King goes here. And Q to E1. How is that a mate? This time I believe that queen check from here I can take his knight. Knight goes here, can't defend. I think check with queen I can take his knight. That's wrong. So check with rook is also wrong. Then what is the right move here? Take his knight is also wrong. Okay, that's a check from here, yeah. Check from here and queen exchange. After that, I can take his knight. Was simple as that. No, you run mate in one. Chalo, let's move on to another puzzle. Okay, so simple. Yeah, it was simple, but there are some moves which our eyes can't find out with the naked eye, which we can't find with our naked eyes. Okay, so this is the white to move, and what what our coach is saying, he's saying that looks like my bishop is in trouble. Do you see how? He's saying that we can take his bishop, but how? So I think that's a check from here. Bishop needs to go back, or what if bishop does not go back? Check from here, take his bishop. Check from here. Yeah, that's a clear. Check from here. Okay, so king goes back was all the also option. Now attack his queen. Okay, rook to g1, rook to g1, and rook to g3. So first queen check was good. Now rook to g1. Now I can take his queen and he can take it back. Yes. Now it's rook. So first move was check and then rook to g1. So moving on to another tactic. So it's look like that I can take his rook, both the rooks with queen, or I can take his bishop after that. Take his both the rook with queen, and I do have attack on his queen, and I can take his bishop also. So yes, queen takes e1. and check, and I can place my rook on e4, and queen takes it, because otherwise that was a bishop take also, and everything was lost. So this was clear, easy. So this seems little difficult. Black to move, and we have to make queen first before he makes queen. So I think we should not do anything and continue with the pawn push. He cannot make queen right now. I can take it. Rook check is not possible, not even from here, not even from here. Pawn can take it. So f3 f3 is not good. After f3, what after f3? Okay, after f3, king can go back or king can come forward. F3 is also not bad. Like, I thought of h2, h2, h1, and without pushing or doing anything with the f3. But it seems that f3 is also not bad. Check. King can come forward. He can place his rook here. चलो let's go with our chat. ठीक है, not working now f3. ठीक है, चलो f3. f3 is wrong, as I told you. ठीक है, this was good because his rook does not have any option here. And now f3, and that's a queen after this, because now my rook can go here. It was good. Yes, pawn to h2. If you take back queen, yeah. So so we have to checkmate him. Check from here, check from here, check from here, check from here. So hello Horus. Check from here. King have only one option, and knight goes forward. Check from here. King has only one option. Check from here. King has only one option. How can I mate this? How can I mate him? Maybe check from here. Yes. Ah, bishop to e7. Found that. Now that's a mate. Great. White to move. We are in critical position. We have to find out a way to win his knight. Check. Rook takes it. Check. Take his queen. And that's a check, and I can take his knight. It's simple as that. I thought so it was simple, but no. Knight can take it. Can I not now only take his knight and then take his queen and then take his rook? Yeah. Rook B takes, correct, Marshall. Bro, can I ask question? Yes, bro. Come on. Now knight going forward. Maybe this pawn push. Pawn push, pawn takes. Pawn push, pawn takes. Queen goes here to threat mate, and I can take his rook. So I think this is the best. H to e5 is wrong. So e5 first, and then queen on e4 is best. Because after this, I could have taken his rook, but he gave up his bishop for that. I'm fine with the bishop also. Greeks get gift by streaming so late, like at night, and might not get new viewers. Uh, so I get time at the night only. That's why I stream at night. So that's a check from here. But do we have anything good? I can simply take his queen. That's a spotting puzzle. So this was spotting puzzle. Free queen. Yes. Correct. The Taba and Marshall found that out. So streak of 2. We have to make streak of 5, and then I will start the game. Now I think that's a I can take his rook with check, and he's a threatening mate and going for my rook also. Is there anything better I can do? If I take his rook with check, uh, I cannot defend both the things. Like to take his rook also, take the knight also, or take defend the checkmate also. Q F2 fork is that mate one. Why so easy? Sometimes like it's just a spotting puzzles that you have to spot that out that which is the best move. That's why Q takes A1, Q H8 forking and taking the queen. Forking what? Like he can give mate directly. Q F2 lol. Queen takes F2 with check. King goes to G2. After that, there is nothing I can do. So maybe what I think is this time it's a check. Take take his rook with check. Uh, take the pawn with check. Okay. Take this pawn, check on his queen. Queen goes here. Does not have any another tactic. Maybe knight check. Knight cannot go back. Easy. Q takes A1. King to H2. Q H1. After that, Q H1. Okay. And king takes H1. Q F2 for king. Yeah, correct. Exactly. Exactly, 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 exactly. Exactly. Correct. That's a good one. You can put your queen to bet taken. Absolutely correct. Absolutely fine. So shout out to Marshall. He's playing too good. Come on. Take his bishop or I think give him check first. King goes here. Check again does not make sense. He can take rook. Check here. King goes here. And then take that pawn. Can lead to mate him if he takes my pawn. Yes. And simply I can take this pawn. Easy. Rook takes e3 first look the best here. If I go for rook takes e3, he would have taken my bishop and there was no check fork from here. That's why rook takes e3 was not good. अगर घर वाले बोले फोन क्या खाना क्या चूज करोगे? Play a game with Marshall. Hello, hello, champ. Welcome to the stream. Streak of 4. One more to go. After that, I'll start playing games. ठीक है. So check, 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 check with queen. Pawn push or queen comes in between. That's a check from here. Huh? It's a simple one. He does not know chess. So just a and check and check with. Okay. Why this is wrong? I should go for this first and then this and then this. He would left with two rook if I would have not taken that. Correct, correct. Rook takes d1. Come on, let's move on to games now. And that's it for the puzzles now. Let's move on to the game. Come on, come on, come on, come on. This time we are going to win. Come on. Chalo. Alkine's defense. Do puzzle, please. Sure. Come on, push this pawn. Now we will think in the middle game. This time I'm just going with the flow, like just activating all of my pieces. And in the middle game, we'll start with the. This is theory, yes. Now, now we have to start thinking. Like bishop goes back, bishop can take knight, bishop takes knight, pawn, bishop takes bishop. Knight cannot take this pawn. Knight can go here, or maybe let's take our bishop back for now because there is no good attack. I can now place my rook here, activating every piece. Theory, theory, theory. How the theory, theory, theory. How I like to say. Alkine's opening is very bad for black. I don't know, but it's my favorite opening. Knight goes here. Knight can try to attack forward. Maybe I should take my bishop back. Maybe I should push this pawn. Pawn push, pawn push. Knight needs to be placed back. So simply push this pawn also to attack, stop his knight to come forward. A5 is a contribution. Yes, A5. Okay. Play French. Try French. Why I didn't push A5? Because now or later, if he tried to push this, my like if he tried to maybe push this or push this, I do have my plan to go knight here, but I don't know if that is possible right now or not. Now bishop goes back, knight can go here. If you push this, knight can go here. So let's place our bishop back because bishop is doing nothing here. Now knight activation here. Knight can go here to take his dark square bishop, move this pawn, double up my queen and take that pawn. So he also did that, like he placed his bishop. Exchange. Exchange, place my knight here. Why not d5? d5 takes knight during dusra knight and take queen takes. A6 is too passive, yes. Closing the center, white, he get advantage because he has the pair of the knight active. Okay. Knight goes here. Bishop takes bishop. Pawn takes bishop. Maybe what looks good now still is just connecting the rooks. Or should I take his bishop then connect my rooks? I think I should connect my rooks and give up this pawn. And my king will also have space. Move. Okay, thanks. Anytime. Bishop takes bishop. H7 takes G6. After that, king will also have place. Like I do not need to open back rank. That will automatically get open. And I can try to double up my rooks. Maybe E7 and rook to E8. That is a plan. After that, I can think of like what should I do. Currently, he also cannot do anything. I also cannot do anything. Nothing is coming forward. Alkynes is a draw opening. Okay. D4 is weakness. So back rank is open. Pawn takes, take his queen. So I think I got knight. Take his knight. Or just go back to take that pawn. I think I'll go back to take that pawn. Not for players below your rating. It's recommended for matches against the better opponents. Okay. That's a free knight he gave me. Let's go. Easy peasy. We take c3. He's challenging again. Let's accept it because he lost by mistake. Let's give him one more chance. Come on. Lol. Wengi opening. This time, I think we'll go with the Scandinavian defense closed. Now he's going with the Alkynes defense. Okay, that's changed now. Now that's not Alkynes defense. Vienna game. Yes, it's a Vienna game. Which opening you play? If you're asking me, I do prefer Scandinavian defense closed and Alkynes defense most of the time. So that's a similar game. I can place my knight here. Yes, I can play my knight here because if he takes that pawn, I can take with knight, attack his bishop. Now I think knight goes forward or knight goes forward, bishop takes, pawn takes. I can now continue with this pawn push, connect that pawn. I didn't thought of this. Now I need to attack his knight, and I have to take his knight. Bishop goes here. He'll take my knight. Knight takes it. Bishop takes. ठीक है, no problem in going here. So knight takes. Not f5 is weakness. If I take his knight, he'll take with pawn. So don't take it. Bishop goes back. And bishop goes back. Pawn takes it. Bishop takes bishop. Pawn takes it. Bishop. Okay. That's a good one. So take his pawn now. Actually, a great move. Rook goes forward to take that pawn. And after that, I can play my queen here. Knight to h4 was a bit too quick getting out to attack. Yes. So can I not just take his knight and then take this pawn? Is there any mate threat? Let's go for this pawn first. Vienna is very positional opening. The best practice of white, the knight on f3 and the knight never must be exchanged. Okay. Got it. I can have my bishop to e3. Bishop to e3. Correct. If queen goes here, which his plan is, I think he is going to push queen back because if he go here, I can simply take his knight and then take his bishop. Rook to f6 threat and q to h5 is GG. Okay. So is there a mate? I don't think so. So I do have a tactic. I can simply push this pawn and that's going to be a GG. That's it. I can take his knight. What? Okay. I can take his queen. He can take my queen. I can take his bishop. No problem in that. Come on. I can take his bishop first. Bishop with pawn or bishop with... No, I have to take his knight. Otherwise, he'll push this. That's a good practice. I have to take his knight. And queen move. Should I start queen move? Although I got a piece back, but still this is danger now. Because is another move, another plan is like rook can come here. So what I should do now is start moving my king this way. Because if rook comes here, what should I do after that? I cannot do anything. So I need to start moving my king to f1. Yes. This is a mistake he did. Actually, the best move here was rook goes here. Rook goes here was the best move. Now I can go here. But still I cannot do anything. Take that pawn. Just need to place my bishop back because he cannot. And if rook here, rook takes it, and he cannot place his rook here because bishop can take it. So there is no problem in that. Now king goes here, and bishop can be placed here, but he do have good passers. Mm, maybe rook goes here, and then I can play my play bishop here, or maybe playing bishop here right now. First, I think I should start king walk. First, I think rook goes here. No, this is going to be wrong because rook can come here. So first king walk, king here, then rook goes here. It's a difficult thing. Rook here, rook takes rook, rook here, rook takes rook. A5 is too late, lost. Next one. Pawn push, pawn push, pawn push, pawn push, pawn takes. H5, H4, H5, H6. He can simply start pushing this push, takes, takes. Bishop goes here, king goes here, king goes here. And let's move the king here first. Bishop takes A5 here. Exchange bishop. Only online A4. Attack his rook and come back. Pawn push, I can take his rook. I think, yeah, I lost. He can have two queens. Bishop goes here. It's a loss. No way to win this. It's a clear loss. Come on, let's analyze this. What was best? I should have taken his pawn was the best, I think, instead of rook. Let's analyze. He played like 2700. What was best here to take that pawn? Why? He can make queen, but still why? Like queen is not powerful or what? What the heck? Why this computer is saying that let him make queen? I think I started losing when I made this unnecessary move of knight goes there, knight goes there. That was a great move, obviously. Then those two moves were great, and I think this was the clear mistake when I started moving knight goes here and knight goes here. I think best was in this case was to so knight goes here is waste. That's why we lost. You had a very nice tactic here, a bit early. Here you had rook takes c5. Okay. Ah, come on, yaar. Let's win some game. What's wrong? Let's not make any unnecessary moves. We can win. Let's not make any unnecessary opening. Let's keep it theory and we can win. CCA. Okay, check, check. Let's not do any unnecessary move. Keep it simple. We'll also castle. We'll play positional. What's ELO? It's rating on chess.com. Pawn takes, knight takes, bishop takes. Also, I can start with this pawn push. Bishop goes back. So, do I know how old you are, Marshall? You got some new fans, Marshall. Around 30. Bishop goes back. Rook activation on d1. Bishop on b1. I steal your viewers. Yeah, you got my viewers. If you open streaming, if you try streaming, then you will have some viewers. You are very good tactical player. What he's planning, like queen goes here, after that bishop here, or will he play knight here? If I push this pawn, he'll take this pawn. Do I have any tactical move after that? Maybe I can push my king here, then push this pawn. Yes, I can do this. King goes on h2, then this pawn push. d5 closing the position. Don't want to close the position. I want to keep it open. I want to fight. That's why I didn't close the position. Do I do I have any threat? Like, can I threat him? Try to pin his queen. Like maybe knight goes back. Pawn push is not possible. Nothing for now. I think let's activate rook. F5 here was the best. Don't close. Okay. F5 here was the best. F5. F5 for him. Okay. For him, the F5 was the best. Yeah, I think so. Pawn takes, pawn push. I do have this push. Attack his queen. Queen trap on the board. Queen trap for me, queen trap for him. Trapping the queen is not good here. Okay. So he played F5. Now I think pushing his queen away. So I can take this pawn. Pawn takes, pawn takes. If pawn push, bishop can take it. Yes, this pawn push is good now. Making place for my queen also. Queen can go back. If pawn takes, queen takes, and pawn takes, queen takes, bishop takes. Then he can go for this pawn. I can take his knight. Then if he takes my bishop, I can take his knight, another knight. B c4 check. Bishop to c4 is check. That is also good. Can think about that. Now, if I go for this pawn, he can push this. Push this. I do have check. And I can simply defend my queen also. So pawn takes, pawn push, check from here. And I can play my queen back. Or pawn takes. He he also mistaked here. Okay. I don't know, but if it is good or not. Check pawn takes or pawn takes. Pawn push check. Queen goes back. He can take my pawn. Knight activation is possible after that, which will be dangerous. So f4 is the best. Takes it. Pawn push check and f4. Rook takes it, and so I think queen goes back is good. I don't know, but I it feels like queen goes back is good because rook can attack after that, and queen does not have any good place to go. Like if I place my queen here, he can push this pawn. He can push this pawn. So first there is a check. Now we have to decide like what we have to do. Queen goes back or queen goes here. Rook takes pawn. Queen goes here. Queen goes here. Queen goes here. We can do this pawn push and queen is trapped after that. So no, queen f4 was wrong. After this pawn push, queen was trapped. Not trapped actually, but if I go here, he can push his bishop. So actually a trap. It's a trap. So now I do have knight here, or knight here, knight here. Good option. Knight here, take his bishop. Okay, first I need to take my, maybe I can place my bishop also here. But he can take my knight and I have to take his rook. He can take my bishop. Playing bishop back. Playing bishop back, he can push this pawn. Bishop goes here. He can rook take knight. Bishop takes rook. Queen takes bishop. Rook to e1. Rook to e1 is bad because currently our bishop is under attack. So bishop goes back. Let's take our bishop back first. Now I think knight goes here. Take his bishop. Or if bishop goes back, pawn push. Bishop goes back is the good. If I push this pawn, his knight will remain hanging. Yep, this pawn push. So his knight cannot come forward to attack my bishop, and now this pawn push. Pawn takes, and also I have this pawn push to attack his rook. Maybe if his knight goes back, this push a4, a5, a4, a4, b4, a5. re1 was before. Okay, bc2, nc4, bc1. Rook to e1. Rook to e1, rook to e1. Which rook to e1? Or I can continue with the attack simply like push, push. If he plays his knight back, I can continue with the attack. Pawn push, pawn takes. Bishop attacking knight. Knight takes pawn. No, that's wrong. Rook to e1, f3, rook to e1, d e1, rook to d e1. Right. Pawn push, pawn takes. I can take this pawn. Yes, makes sense. Pawn push, queen takes pawn. Maybe this pawn push, and after that I can take this pawn. Rook to d2 looks good. Bishop to b1. Bishop to b1 is the also good option. What do you think about rook to d1? Rook to d2. Queen takes d1. Bishop takes e4. Queen takes b3. Bishop takes. Okay, after that I cannot take this. No, bishop can take it because knight is also attacking that. But rook is also guarding that. So bishop back is the good option. Bishop to c1. Bishop to c1. Queen takes that pawn. This pawn push, pawn cannot take, queen takes it. This is not the end. Come on, come on, come on. Maybe this pawn push and I can take bishop back now. This pawn push, knight goes here, bishop goes back, attack on queen, queen goes here. Uh, After that, what after that? Nothing is happening. Watch out of sack on b3. Sack on b3. I don't think he's going to sack. Queen takes c3. Yeah, that also he can do. I told you he's not going to sack. Now this pawn push, pawn takes. This pawn push, pawn takes. I can take this pawn, attack on rook. Take this pawn, attack on rook. And take this pawn. So for one pawn, I do have 2 pawns. After knight placed on c4, e3 is crushing the position and the game. So knight cannot play right now here. This pawn push. Now bishop goes here, bishop goes here, bishop takes this. Knight needs to be activated further. Our queen is sitting at the very bad position. So pawn takes, bishop takes pawn, attack on rook. So first he need to defend his rook, and after that I can go for this pawn or maybe attack his rook. There are multiple options with me after that. So now he didn't did that, and this is a mistake. I can simply push this pawn, attack on queen, attack on knight, and let's go. We won it. It's a clear, easy win. Come on, resign. Not resigning. Okay, I can take your knight. I'll not attack his knight right now. Now this pawn push can come up with the attack on knight, or this pawn push can also be possible. Let's not open up our king side. Knight goes back, knight goes here. Pawn push, pawn takes, queen takes, or rook takes. Yep, let's open it up. Let's open it up. Now work c4. Rook to c1, bishop to c2. Rook to c1, bishop to c2, bishop to d1. You have a long plan, like you are planning for very end game. I want to open a position now so that I can attack him. I can start attacking him. If he takes that pawn, I can take with rook, and I do have attack on his rook. Rook needs to be placed back, and knight can start activating. Bishop can start activating. I can have full activation on the board after that. I can sack also a piece because I am already a piece up to gain his 2 pawns. Bishop for 2 pawn, knight takes pawn with check. That's what my plan was. That's why I pushed f3. And our king is safe. Nothing is happening to our king. I have an app on my phone. Okay. Rook can double up, rook can attack. Queen activation. Queen does not have any open square. Rook does not have any open square. This is resigned for. So I can take his pawn. He'll take back with pawn. He has to take back with pawn. And I can simply take this pawn with check. Or maybe I can push his. Can double up my rooks also. Pawn push. Pawn push. Rook needs to be placed back. Yes, this pawn push. Now it's looks good because if rook is going to place here, he places rook completely back. I was not expecting a complete back, but it's okay. I can push this pawn. Pawn takes, knight takes it. Come on, let's open up position. A lot of mistakes. He played it very bad this game. Yes, he missed the calculation. Break his pawn chain with the pawn to e4. It's a resign this time. Come on, resign. So I have his knight also now. Take this pawn. Okay, if I take this pawn, bishop takes this with check. Rook takes it, rook takes it, rook takes it. Okay, I'm sacrificing my queen. To protect this pawn because that is unstoppable and that's going to be queen in maybe 2 or 3 and I do have the check. I can take his knight and go for check. Take this pawn and king goes here. That's a check from here. International master or candidate master. Okay, I can continue with the pawn push. Now queen takes and rook takes it. That's a check first and a check again. Or I can have this check. Let's go for check again and check again. I'm going to checkmate him. Okay? Check, check, and check and mate. The difficulty starts with GN. Let's go. I'll beat you all, but just tell me how this knight moves. That was good one. Dhananjay. Lol, I don't know, yeah. Can we play? Sure. Last game and I'll play with subscriber after this. My only goal is to reach 1500, 1700. That's good. Let's take his knight. I can activate my queen, go for long castle. This time little bit Little bit different variation I'm playing. This pawn push, so his knight cannot activate, bishop cannot come forward, and bishop can go here. I can plan my queen on h5 or attack him completely. I can do this pawn push and attack his knight, or bishop can be planned here. Come on, we can do everything now. It's a winning for us. This pawn push. If pawn takes, okay, that's check. I missed. Maybe this time this pawn push. If I take this pawn with knight, if knight takes it, let's attack his queen is wrong. Take with knight is good. I'll not take his knight right now. Maybe I can, but I'm planning bishop on d. That's wrong because he can go for this check. He can go for this check. He can go for this check. Take his knight with pawn. Take his knight with queen. Take his knight with queen. Fork is coming, yes, because there was a fork. So let's take it. Take it. That's isolated pawn and easy to grab. I need to defend it so hard. Rook fork. Double up my rooks now. Pawn takes, bishop takes. Okay, what about this pawn push? Pawn takes, he cannot push this pawn. E5 is weakness. Now this time this pawn push, attack his bishop. Double push this, so he cannot push this now. Triple attack on this pawn, triple defense on this pawn. Now I can attack his bishop. Should I attack his bishop? Should I not attack his and continue with the pawn push? Pawn push, pawn takes. Pawn push, bishop takes bishop. Rook takes bishop. Rook takes rook. Or okay, difficult to calculate. Pawn push, bishop takes bishop. I think if I push this, e4, rook takes e4. Rook takes e4. Okay, e4, rook takes e4. Rook takes it, and rook takes bishop. Or bishop takes this, and he can have. Okay, fine. What about this pawn push? What about this pawn push? Pawn push h4. h4, he can go here, he can go here to attack that pawn. Pawn push attack his bishop, then e4. This looks good, but pawn push, if e4, rook takes this pawn, rook takes this pawn, rook takes rook, rook takes rook. Rook takes this pawn, I can take this pawn. Okay, to make a progress, that is the only good thing. g5 become weakness too, yes. Maybe what I should do right now is Just move my king away, or continue to move my king this way. Pawn push, pawn takes, pawn push. Need to plan something, otherwise I'm going to lose. So pawn push, bishop goes back, pawn push, pawn takes, rook takes, rook takes, rook takes, rook takes c5, and rook. uh, I can have this pawn also, na? Acha, by mistake I made a move. Okay, maybe you can make a fun joke to him. G5 become a weakness too. Chalo. So he made a move. Let's go for this. Offering him this pawn. If he does not takes it, if he takes it, that's a mistake because I can push uh e4. Sorry, e4. Yes, nobody can take this pawn, na? So for now, I think take this pawn. Rook takes rook. Rook takes rook, and he'll take this pawn. I can have this pawn. So he took that pawn. This pawn push, or maybe attack his rook. This looks good to defend this pawn. Move my king, so he cannot take this pawn. Otherwise, that's a pawn take and a clear win for him. He's going for that pawn. I cannot play here. I cannot play here. If I go here, bishop can take it. I have to force check, give check, and take this pawn. So I'm not able to attack any of the pawns right now. Maybe I can go here, take all the pawns. Check. ठीक है, चलो, let's go for check. And rook can go here to go for check. That rook can go here. I can win this, no problem. Rook goes here. This is the good move. And if he takes it, I can take. He can give check. I can place my king here. King here. Take that pawn and go for this pawn, this pawn. He can go for this pawn. I can stop him. Even can't stop him. And that too is coming up with the check. Move king. What a suggestion. So rook goes forward. Take that pawn. What the hell I'm doing? Rook to a2 was not good. This is a draw. Even can I win this game? Okay. All the best. Can he still win this? Yes, he can win this. Chalo bhai. Time to play with subscribers. Who wants to play? Aajo. Not our day, not our day. ऐसे मार्शल एंड यू आ जाओ जो भी खेलना चाहता है आ जाओ भाई whoever wants to play come and play एंड यार सब्सक्राइब कर दो मजा आ रहा हो तो सब्सक्राइब कर दो कुछ सीखने को मिल रहा हो तो डेफिनेटली सब्सक्राइब दिस चैनल प्लीज आज खेल नहीं पा रहे ढंग से इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि डेली नहीं खेलते काफी मजा आता है डेली ऑल्दो स्ट्रीक मेंटेन रखिए 2278 मैन नो एफेंस बट आई थॉट यू कुड हैव won आई थॉट सो ब्रो लेकिन क्या करें किंग c4 was good rather than rook in h3. Let's review this. I think there was a winning in the end game, but he stinks in this room from the 7th street. Best in this case was to give check, take that pawn, and this two pawns can be taken later. When you could have brought your king closer to promote. What was best at least after this? King goes here. Okay, king goes here. I could have gone here. Explain. I thought can't win against you. I though can't win against you. चलो भाई चलो कोई आ रहा है क्या? Anyone wants to play? Mind square rule. Hmm. I think no one wants to play today. Who is this guy? No one wants to play. Let's move on to another game. Chalo. Double to double seven playing against double to 5-6. And we are playing martial defense. Martial's pass defense. But I'll definitely lose. Queen spawn opening. And I'll castle. How do you study theory? My favorite opening with black is Sicilian. I love accelerated dragon. Yes. That's a good opening. Bishop goes back, bishop placed here. So that is the longest diagonal. Offering knight exchange. Fine with that, but let me bring my rook. Placing it back, attacking that pawn. And bring my queen in attack. That's a check. Maybe I can first bring my rook here, rook on d8. And then, yeah, rook on d8. Alien's gambit. Knight goes back. Caro-Kann sucks. It does. Knight takes pawn, attack his rook, and I can have his bishop if he takes my knight. I can push pawn, or maybe knight goes here, attacking his bishop. Yes, knight goes here, attack his bishop, and that rook can be planned on d2, attacking for going for both the bishops. What if bishop goes back? I think still Uh, okay. So if I go here, that's a check. If I go here, he'll take my rook. I can have this check, but after that check, nothing is happening. So what should be the defense here? I think rook goes for exchange is the good defense. He's a sniper on queen side. Come on, I have your bishop now. Let's go. Got a piece. Or maybe not. What a good move. What a good move. Take this pawn, take this pawn, take this pawn, check, and take this pawn. Take this bishop. Now bishop takes this. I can give him check. Actually, a good move. I think knight goes here to defend that pawn and attack that pawn. Take it. So he's +3 now. Wow. Knight goes here, bishop comes here, knight goes back, knight can go back, and he can give mate. Knight goes here, attack his rook. Rook can come here. Knight goes here, attack his rook. And it's a mate in one. And design is also coming. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong with us? We are blundering, guys. We are blundering. Not I am blundering. Come on, yes. What's wrong? I don't know today. Maybe I'm in so quick mode. So one last game and I'll end the stream after this. If we win, if we lose, I'm going to end the stream after this. We'll try our best to win, but even if we lose, I'll end the stream. Or we'll play with subscriber, or we'll solve some puzzles. Need rest, yes. This time I'm not going to play Alkine's defense. Pawn push, attack is knight. I can go for that pawn. Do you earn from YouTube? Not yet, buddy. Doing it just for fun. Pawn push, pawn takes, pawn takes. Attack on knight. Knight can be placed here. So pawn push, pawn takes, knight takes. Let's do it. So before doing that only he placed knight here. Maybe I can still go bishop here. No. If I place my queen here, he'll take this pawn. Then queen takes. Let's do this. He'll take this pawn. I'll take that pawn with queen. And queen takes queen. I'll take with knight, and that's a fork from here. Fork from here. Play with subscriber with 300 elo. Bro, will you play with me a 500 bet? Are you sure? Pinning his rook. Okay. Pawn push, pawn takes, pawn takes. Pinning his bishop, pinning his knight. This looks good. Fork bishop and rook coming. Sure, bro, we can play. Rook defending this pawn now because this pawn was free. Now, if knight goes here, I can attack his knight. Let's not attack his knight, and I can place my rook here to defend this pawn against this and this, and I can have this pawn. So pawn against a pawn, and that's a push. Pawn takes, bishop takes. Knight goes back, attacking bishop. Pawn push to attack his rook. Yeah, pawn push to attack his rook. If rook goes here, I can take his bishop because that's a fork from here, and I can take his rook. Let's go. And if he takes this, no problem. I do have extra piece. I can win this easily. I can take this pawn. I can take this pawn. And time for him to resign. Knight takes that pawn, defending this pawn. Continue with the pawn push, pawn push, pawn push, and queen on board. Made a brilliant move. I think the brilliant move was rook takes bishop. Rook takes bishop. We got the brilliant move. We played the brilliant move. Yes, rook take bishop was the brilliant move. Because after this, there was a fork. He missed. नींद अच्छी आएगी अब. Exactly. Brilliant move भी खेल दिया भाई. बहुत बढ़िया brilliant move. Play with subscriber with 300 Anandita Bhatt. Okay, चलो time to play with subscriber. जो भी खेलना चाहता है, you can send challenge, but anything below 5 minutes unrated, I'll accept that only. Or otherwise, I'll solve the puzzles. Come on. Whatever we wants to do. Is there anyone up for a game? Want to play? Sir, this bro, will you play with me? 500 rupees bet. So do I need to also pay 500 rupees if I lose? White to move. I'm in trouble. Can you spot the checkmate? White to move hai, and we have to find out a checkmate. It's a clear check. 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 King goes forward. Check from here. King only have one move. No, so that's a check. Check from here. King goes here. King goes here. Check is the first thing. No, check from here and mate. Easy, easy win. Chalo, moving on to next puzzle. So that's a check and a mate, or a check, check, king goes here, check and mate. Okay, rook takes, queen takes, or what about this? Queen takes pawn. Queen takes pawn. If rook takes it, that's a check, check and mate. Yes, so bishop takes. That's a wrong move. This is also wrong move. What? Acha. Okay. Chalo. Pin. Pinning what? Okay, in last puzzle you are saying that pin. Check. Bishop comes here. Pawn takes. That's a blunder. Can you find out a way? So we have to win material here. But see, I thought to take this pawn and go for that rook and threatening mate. But that's clearly not possible. So check from here. Check with bishop. Bishop comes here. Takes this pawn. Knight takes it. Queen takes it. And that's a pawn push. And take his knight is still a good move. Last वाले puzzle का था. Okay. Bishop takes pawn. Yes. Correct, 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 correct. Okay. White to move. Can you find a way to win knight? What's the best in this puzzle? If I take the pawn, if I take his queen, if I take his queen, will that be a mistake? If I take the pawn, queen can go back to defend his knight. So I think instead of taking this pawn, I should simply place my queen on d3. Not d3, e2. Okay, that's also wrong. So now it's hard puzzles which are coming up. So I think I'm tired for today. Yeah. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this stream. If you did, please make sure you like and subscribe this channel. And I hope all of you have already subscribed this stream. 16 are watching now. I hope all of you have already subscribed this stream. And also hit that like button. That's all for today. Have a good day. Have a good night. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care. Ending the stream.